since the hurricane in 2017, it has gone down like a lot. The people aren't satisfied. There are a lot of people moving to renewable energy.
And renewable energy is really going to be the way that they're going to save that community and really drive, energy resilience in that market.
People are excited to have a repair shop, a certified repair shop for EG4 in Puerto Rico, especially the installers, because they have a lot of questions and issues, things like that.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Grid Gone Wild. I'm Nathan, the install field manager here at EG4 Electronics, and I'll tell you, I am having an amazing day because I'm getting here to sit with Javier Sanchez from Unlimited Energy in Puerto Rico, our premier distribution partner, and he's out here in Sulphur Springs, Texas for a couple of weeks while we train him to become a certified installer and a certified repair technician for the Puerto Rican market. And what that's really going to allow the Puerto Rican market to do is not have any real downtime for any kind of system issues or configurations, because he's going to be out there making those repairs, teaching installers how to install our products correctly, get them commissioned, and get these homeowners the reliable energy that they deserve. Javier, tell us a little bit about yourself and where you come from in the industry.
Well, as he said, I'm Javier Sanchez from Puerto Rico. I majored in electrical engineering. I just started working with Unlimited Energy in Carolina. We're about to open another store in Cataño, where I'm excited to work with you guys and be the certified installer and repair shop in Puerto Rico. That's about it.
Awesome, man. Well, it's great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And just getting into a little bit about Unlimited Energy. So Unlimited Energy is the premier distribution partner of EG4 Electronics out in Puerto Rico. Yeah. And we've got Javier here for a couple of weeks. And what we're going to do with him is get him certified as a repair technician and also as a certified installer, so we can go back to Puerto Rico and really share his knowledge base with installers that are already in the industry, as well as future installers coming into the industry. Because a lot of us know Puerto Rico has a pretty unstable grid. And renewable energy is really going to be the way that they're going to save that community and really drive, energy resilience in that market.
Yeah, you mentioned the unstable grid in Puerto Rico since Maria in 2017. Like, the grid, it's as unstable as it was. It was already unstable before Maria, but since the hurricane in 2017, it has gone down like a lot. The people aren't satisfied. There are a lot of people moving to renewable energy and looking for products that are cheaper and that are better than the ones that are already installed and things like that. And that's where EG4 comes in. Like, the ones that we already sold, the installers are more than happy with the product in Puerto Rico. It's super easy to install. Like, anybody can do it. Not everybody. You have to be certified.
Almost anybody.
Yeah. Like I said, it's easy to do. It's like we're competing with anyone in the cost of the products, and the important part that everybody's happy with it, and lots of people are asking for it in Puerto Rico. And yeah, we're excited to keep going, to open the new store where we're gonna be repairing the new equipment that goes in, and people are looking forward to have the repair shop in Puerto Rico. Like, I have heard of quite a few customers that called to see if we're already repairing in Puerto Rico. Like, it's a hassle to have to send it.
Well, sure, it's got to take, probably a week to get from Puerto Rico back over here to Sulphur Springs, Texas. So having the repair facility in Puerto Rico is really going to save a lot of time for homeowners. So if there is ever an issue with any of the equipment, you'll have the knowledge and the capabilities to repair that on site. So that way we can get that homeowner back up and operational, with a good energy storage system.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah. And while you're here, so I know I talked to you a little bit earlier today. So what kind of stuff have you learned since you've been here at EG4 this week?
Well, I've been 2 days in Tech Bench over there with the guys. They've been really nice to me. They showed me like how to repair. We started with the 6500 XP.
Right.
it was like it was easy to learn and navigate through the inverter. Then we got to work on an 18K. That was a little bit
little bit more complex.
Yeah, it has lots of more boards internally.
Right.
But I've already learned like the basics. Like if the customer sends the inverter, whichever, with a problem, the guys are showing me like if it comes with, I don't know, the load doesn't read the load.
Right.
They're already teaching me to, okay, if it's low, you should look for this first.
Well, it's just going through diagnostics, right?
Yeah.
And understanding where the problems could be.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So Maria in September of 2017, right, was a hurricane that was really devastating to Puerto Rico. And so where from there, we are 7 years later, almost 8 years later, where is that utility grid now in conjunction to what it was before Maria to kind of where we're at now?
That's hard to explain. I think it's worse just because there's a new electric company like taking care of the whole grid system.
Okay.
But like the government's trying to take them out because the prices are going up and real fast on the utility, but the grid connection, it's the same as always. It's unstable. Yeah, like they haven't.
So they're charging more money, and you're not getting any benefit, right? They're not rebuilding that infrastructure, right?
Yeah, it's because it was already like damaged a lot, and having a new grid company coming in, trying to like resolve all the damage that already was, and then after Maria. No, it's been a hard time for them. I know it, but they haven't like resolved most of the problems. It's too unstable everywhere, especially like in the west coast of the island. The grids, it's totally unstable, and that's why people are like crazy buying
solar and batteries, right? So,
yeah.
Just because that gives them
the security they need.
Yeah, it gives them security, right? And I know I've talked about this on prior episodes of Grid Gone Wild for our followers and listeners, but it's so common for stuff like that to happen where you want to have this cohesive relationship with your utility company where you can provide your own power, but then you can have them as a backup. But a lot of utility companies don't want to do that, right? They want all their money and they don't want to give you anything for it. And it's shocking to me. I looked up a little data earlier, before we met, and I think I looked up Puerto Rico right now is 30 cents a kilowatt hour.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, that's correct.
I mean, it's crazy money. I mean, I know by any stretch of the imagination, like 30, I don't care how much money you make, 30 kilowatt hour or like 30 cents a kilowatt hour is just crazy to pay for any kind of power. And I think if you took that number and you kind of multiplied it out over, a short time frame, you could really, if you have the money and the capability to buy an energy storage system, your return on investment, especially in Puerto Rico at that utility rate, would come very fast.
Yeah.
You could probably get your money back within a year or two, I would imagine.
That's another thing that doing the net metering takes a lot of time with Luma. That's the grid company. It takes like the whole documentation can take up to 2-3 months, and people don't want to wait that long for them to see the money back in their accounts.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that Puerto Rico needs to make better.
Well, that's where our battery storage system comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because then you can set it up for what we call self-consumption mode. So then you're really focusing on any loads that you want to power coming from that solar and then coming from your battery storage. So you're basically taking the grid out of the equation unless it's absolutely necessary.
As you said, Nathan, people are excited to have a repair shop, a certified repair shop for EG4 in Puerto Rico, especially the installers, because they have a lot of questions and issues with installation and things like that. So they are excited for me being here, and a los puertorros la gente está emocionada por tenerme aquí, tener una compañía que esté en Puerto Rico reparando cualquier tipo de de problema que tengan las baterías de EG4 o los inversores. No van a tener que mandarlo a través del océano hacia Texas. Vamos a tener nuestro propio repair shop en Puerto Rico y vamos a tener 2 locales, en Carolina y en Cataño, que también estamos bregando con eso. So, I leave you with that. I know you didn't understand a word, but
I didn't, but you know what this is teaching me, right? Two things. Number one, I'm glad you're here because now I get to go to Puerto Rico when you start training guys, right? So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we have to have you there.
And the other thing I got to do is I got to brush up on my Spanish because it's been 20 some odd years. I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but it's been a fair amount of time since I've used any Spanish. So now I definitely got to brush up, right? I know it's a U.S. territory, but hey, when in Rome, you got to you got to try to assimilate to the environment and the culture. And I'm excited, man. I know we were talking about food a little bit ago, and I'm a big food guy. I don't know if you guys can tell, but
you're gonna love Puerto Rico.
Daddy likes cakes. So it's just, it's one of those things. Food's one of my favorite things in the world.
I'm looking forward for you being there, seeing the installations, see the installers, meet a little few of them, so you can bring us some tips.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be a great partnership, man. We're excited at EG4 to have you guys coming on board. I know you're excited, man. I've seen you the last couple of days this week, man, and I've just seen you running around, meeting all the new people, and sitting down with Tech Bench and kind of learning the repairs on the 6000 XP, the 18K PV as well. I don't know if you're going to get time to work on the batteries while you're here. I'm hoping.
I think on Friday I will start working with the batteries. Yeah.
Okay, so that'll be great for you. And have you had a chance to look at any of our new equipment, the FlexBoss and GridBoss that just released?
Not much. I'm really looking forward to seeing it right in front of me, but I haven't had the time to look at it in details. So I'm very excited about this stuff.
Top secret information. I also have not had a bunch of time to go look at it, and I'm super excited to go hang out with it. It's just one of these. We launched these new products, and they're amazing, right? We're pushing the boundaries of energy storage within the communities. Puerto Rico is a driving market for us, of course, and just to see the advancement in energy storage. We had a bad hurricane season here in the U.S. as well. We had Houston got hit, I think 6 or 7 months ago. Yeah. We had those couple of hurricanes recently, Milton, and I don't recall the other one that were over in Florida, South Carolina area. Yeah. And energy storage is just, natural disasters are kind of driving that market, right? So when you have a natural disaster, the grid goes down, what's the first thing you want to do, right? You want a battery or a generator, right?
You got to have a backup,
Right, you have to have some form of backup, right? If you have an elderly parent, maybe you have somebody on some kind of life-saving device, whether it's, a heart monitor or something like that, an oxygen machine.
That's another big issue in Puerto Rico. The population in Puerto Rico are mostly elderly people. So even in the hospitals, the power goes down.
They don't have backup generators or anything like that.
The generators are so old that they sometimes don't work. Like people are dying when the
grid fails, right? Yeah, I think that's gonna, you being here is really gonna drive that, right? Getting you as a certified installer so you can go back and train new installers in Puerto Rico to understand the EG4 ecosystem, as well as being a repair technician. That's gonna do a couple things, folks. What that's gonna do is that's gonna shorten the time frames on repairs that do need to happen, right? Things break. I'm not gonna tell you that everything in life is perfect. It's not all rainbows and sunshine, right? But having you there and having you as a certified repair technician is going to shorten the time frame for a system being down. For sure. And so that's great, right? That's got to be exciting for you guys to not have to worry about, maybe 2 or 3 weeks of shipping to get it back over to the U.S. and then, whatever repair we have to do here on site and then shipping it back to you, when you can just go out, pick it up, bring it over to the shop, do the repair, get it out there maybe within a couple of days.
Yeah. I'm very excited about that and looking forward to keep learning a lot here in EG4. And taking that knowledge back to Puerto Rico.
Absolutely. And it's going to be a constant learning curve, right? Because we're always updating our equipment. We're always putting out, new equipment. Hopefully we continue to do that. I don't know if well, I don't want to say you didn't notice you're sitting here, but all the folks at home, we are currently sitting in part of our manufacturing facility here in Sulphur Springs. We basically booted everybody out at 5 o'clock. It's after hours and it's almost beer 30.
Yeah.
But have you had a chance to sit and work with any of the guys here and do an assembly of any of the equipment or not yet?
No, I haven't been able to look at the assembly process. I mostly just been repairing the inverters, but I will most likely be here.
I think it'd be beneficial for you. I mean, because you understand the diagnostic portion, going through that, and then how to replace circuit boards. But when you're here and you get an empty shell and then you're building that whole thing, I mean, I personally would take a great sense of pride of knowing exactly what the equipment is, how it's assembled. I'd love to get a Made in America sticker just slapped right on that guy. Send that over to Puerto Rico and really drive that industry. So it's been a lot of fun, man. It's been a great time having you here this week. I look forward to working with you some more. I know I got to head out in the morning, but I'll be back, or I'll be in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
Well, I want to thank everybody for coming out and watching us here today on Grid Gone Wild. I want to thank our guest Javier Sanchez from Unlimited Energy out in Puerto Rico. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you on board, and we look forward to getting energy independence out to the Puerto Rican market and help stabilizing the grid during natural disasters. And thank you so much. Have a great afternoon.
Thank you.